Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a high mountain known as Magic Mountain, famous for its beautiful flower meadows and clear springs. At the top of the mountain lived an old dragon named Drago. Drago was not an ordinary dragon. He had the ability to produce magical dust that made plants grow faster and healed animals' wounds. Drago lived alone in his cave, but his heart was full of warmth and kindness, always ready to help those in need. Far below Magic Mountain was a small village where a girl named Emma lived. Emma was brave and kind, and she loved adventures. One day, alarming news spread through the village. The village's only well was drying up. Without water, the villagers couldn't grow crops or have anything to drink. The village elders were worried and wondered what to do. Emma decided that something had to be done. She knew from an old story that a dragon lived on Magic Mountain who could help. "I will go and ask Drago the dragon for help," Emma said determinedly to her parents. They looked at her incredulously but knew that nothing could stop Emma once she had made up her mind. The journey to Magic Mountain was long and challenging. Emma had to cross deep valleys and dense forests. On her way, she met various animals and helped them in trouble. She found a small rabbit trapped in a thicket. Emma freed it and continued her journey. The rabbit thanked her and promised to help her later if needed. The day passed, and Emma arrived at the edge of a dark forest. The forest looked scary, but Emma had only one goal in mind: to help her village. She stepped determinedly into the forest. In the forest, she met an old tortoise who looked lost. "Where are you headed, little friend?" the tortoise asked. "I am going to see Drago the dragon. Our village well is drying up, and we need his help," Emma replied. "I know where Drago's cave is." "Follow me," said the tortoise and led Emma along the path. The journey continued, and Emma helped everyone she met. She helped a bird that had fallen from its nest and gave water to a tired fox. Every animal she helped thanked her and promised to help her later if needed. When they finally reached the base of the mountain, the tortoise bid Emma farewell and wished her luck. Emma began to climb the steep mountainside. She was tired and hungry, but her heart burned with determination. She remembered the grateful looks of all the animals and knew she had to keep going. Finally, after a long day, Emma arrived at the entrance of Drago's cave. She gathered all her courage and stepped inside. The cave was large and dark, but Emma heard the dragon's gentle breathing. "Drago, I am Emma, and I need your help," she called. Drago opened his eyes and looked at the little girl. "What do you need, little friend?" he asked gently. "Our village well is drying up, and we need your help," Emma replied. Drago looked at her for a moment and then smiled. "Of course, I will help you, Emma. You have shown great courage and kindness on your journey," Drago said. "But the journey back to the village is long, and we must gather strength." The next morning, Drago and Emma set off. Drago carried Emma on his back, and they flew over forests and mountains. Along the way, they encountered a thunderstorm. The rains were so heavy that Drago couldn't fly. They had to stop and find shelter. Just then, the little rabbit Emma had helped appeared and guided them to a safe cave. While in the cave, they heard a bear's growl. It was the same bear Emma had helped. The bear offered them food and shelter from the storm. Emma realized that her kindness and helpfulness had brought her back the same kind of goodness and help. When the storm was over, Drago and Emma continued their journey. They flew over valleys and forests until they reached the village. The villagers were thrilled to see them safe. Emma told the villagers how kindness and helpfulness had aided her on her journey. Drago spread his magical dust over the well, and soon clear, fresh water began to gush from it. The villagers were grateful and held a celebration in honor of Drago and Emma. The villagers learned that every good deed, no matter how small, can sometimes come back many times over. During the celebration, a mysterious stranger who had never visited the village before appeared. He was a tall old man with long white hair and a beard. He said he was a magician who had heard about Drago and Emma's story and wanted to see the well's miracle for himself. "I am David, the wandering magician," he said. "I heard about your well and how the dragon helped you. I would like to see this magic myself." Drago stepped forward and greeted David. "I am Drago, the dragon who helped this village," he said. "What do you want to see, old magician?" David smiled and bowed. "I want to see the effect of your magical dust. I have heard much about it but have never seen it myself." Drago nodded and spread some of his magical dust over a nearby plant. The plant immediately began to grow and bloom. David watched in awe. "This is truly incredible," he said. "You are a powerful and benevolent dragon." As the well refilled, the villagers began to thrive. Drago stayed in the village for a few days, helping people and animals with his magical dust. He became a beloved guest, and the villagers got to know him better. Emma continued to help in the village, becoming an example for other children. She told stories of her journey and how kindness and courage were the keys to success. The villagers learned to appreciate each other more and always helped each other when needed. Drago returned to Magic Mountain but promised to come back whenever the villagers needed his help. He became the village's protector and friend, and his legend lives on. The story of Drago and Emma taught the villagers that kindness, courage, and helpfulness are among the most important values in life. When we help each other, we can overcome even the greatest challenges together. Emma learned that every good deed, no matter how small, can sometimes come back many times over. Her journey with Drago reminded the villagers that kindness never goes to waste and that courage and a good heart can lead to great achievements and lasting happiness. And so the village lived happily, and the well remained full of water thanks to Drago's magic. Drago visited occasionally, bringing magical dust and joy to the villagers. Emma grew into a wise and brave young woman who taught other villagers the importance of kindness and helpfulness.